Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Professor Loki, and in this video I'll be telling you guys multiple ways to help adjust and change Loki that will favor both parties, and the ones who are frustrated by Loki and the ones who play Loki specifically. So these changes right here are going to impact his split pushing and impact his jungling and impact his burst. So let's go with it. I don't want to make the video too long. I already made the other one 15 minutes and I have to redo this video. Okay, so ignore my hair too. Decoy. So let's talk about the decoy here. The one in highlighted is the one I changed. So decoy deals 30% less damage to minions. This allows his decoy to be essentially useless to minion creeps, so he can't solo anymore. I know, Dragon Story's gonna cry, but here's the thing. He would rather have this change, at least I believe so. We talked about this a long time ago. He would rather have these changes to be appear than the rework, because this is at least keeps Loki's identity in check. The recurrent rework just changes Loki completely, and he's no longer Loki. There's nothing else to explain. It does less damage to minions. That's it. Okay, so let's talk about his burst now. So Loki will, if an enemy god is within the radius, Loki will laugh in excitement, teleporting behind the target. Blah 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 blah. So I want to explain this. No, I don't know. I can't really add this in these columns here, but to explain this is that this video should actually explain it. So this video is me playing Kalari back in 2016. Ignore Kalari. Ignore my long hair, silly face.
People don't know.
Pay attention to the sound that Kalari makes and how long it takes for me to teleport to a person. So if you've noticed that, Kalari does a little charge and then you left click and then she laughs, ha ha ha, she spins and then teleports and spins again. So something like that, but for Loki. So in other words, I'm not trying to make Loki's ultimate global. Please, please, please ignore this. Please stop. I'm here to say that when Loki laughs in excitement, I'm saying that when you press 4 and then you left click on an enemy, Loki takes around less than 0.5 seconds to prep and then also laughs with it. Now, what kind of laugh? This kind of laugh. Warning, this may be very loud for you. So, have your headphones kind of out, just be prepared for it. I don't want to burst your ears. So, because I don't know how loud this is for you. All right. That sound right there is what I want Loki to make right when he's trying to assassinate you. So you press 4, you left click the enemy, he charges and he makes that ha 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 laugh and then teleports to you and then it stabs you. Now again, we can add more delay to this. The point I'm trying to make is that it gives a sound cue. Loki's assassinate does not have a sound cue. It doesn't. He only laughs or he only talks when he's right behind you. And even some skins like Jokey Loki and Last Laugh doesn't make a single, they don't talk when they assassinate you. Gods, like every other character, every other skin says, behind you, or I've got your back, or, darkness is my enemy, or whatever that edgy skin is. Every skin makes a kind of voice before they assassinate you, but even then, that's still not enough time, because you only have 0.3 seconds to react to Loki's assassination. So my here is to add additional 0.5 seconds on the preemptive strike, and then as well as even increase it by 2.2 seconds for the right before he stabs me. So in other words, it'll take around 1 second for Loki to actually damage or stun you. That's a lot of time. 1 second is a lot of time to react to. And I'm not here trying to, I just want to make this clear. None of these changes, I'm not trying to favor the low level players. I'm not talking about level 24s, level 40s, level 10s. I'm not talking about the new players of Smite who don't know any god, right? I played League of Legends. I only know one character in that game, I believe. Annie. Annie is my favorite character in that game because she's super easy to play and her passive is completely balanced, right? So, but here's the thing. Whenever I fight other players who are using different characters, I have no idea what they're doing and I die instantly because I don't know them. That's not because that god is very unfair or very, hard to react to. It's because, well, they are, but it's because specifically my ignorance toward that god and I don't know how to play them. So I'm specifically referring to the gods or players who play this game casually, not the level 10s, the level 20s, level 30s. They're gonna get screwed by anyone who is smurfing or anyone who is playing a generally easy god like Susanoo or whatever. So just want to get that out of the way. So I'm focusing more on the casual level and not necessarily the complete new levels, okay? So again, this will help casual players. Most people's reaction timing, or really good reaction timing, I think is like 0.2 seconds average, right? So if you're a really good player, you can react to Loki currently. Or if you're a pro player specifically. But generally speaking, you can't if you're a casual player. If you're just playing this game chill, like with music on, whatever, you don't really care, then This is obviously gonna be hard for you to react to, but this adds like essentially a whole 0.7 seconds to his ultimate, so that should be a lot of time, right? Loki's ultimate delay is like 0.3 to 0.4, depending on the initial ult strike, right? So it's 0.3 seconds when he's behind you and he stabs you, right? Another 0.1 because his ultimate is not instant technically. It has a deployable of like 0.1. Bottom line is, you have less than half a second to react to Loki's ultimate, which is unfair for casual players. So I'm increasing that to 1 second to make it fair. Also, one more thing to mention. A lot of people have been saying, oh, but this is going to be disfavorable for gods or for Loki in other game modes. Like, this decoy change is going to make Loki useless in other game modes. Yes, I don't care. The high res is, so the balancing of this game is not oriented in other game modes. It's oriented toward conquest only. There are some times where we kind of like change a few items to benefit other game modes, but those are items and not necessarily gods. So we're, in terms of gods, we focus specifically on conquest 99% of the time. So I don't care whether or not you Joust, Clash, Arena players who's playing Loki are gonna suffer because of this. It's not. I don't care. No one cares. It's not about that. If we focus on conquest because conquest is the main competitive scene for Smite. We don't care about Joust. We don't care about Clash. We don't really care about these things. I mean, we do in terms of design and balance, in terms of like map, like Joust got a new map with the whole new balance, right? But in terms of gods, we're not going to balance them around, other game modes that are not prominent. We're going to balance them around conquest. And I'm not talking about prominent as in like popularity, because conquest is not the most popular god. I think like Arena is, right? The problem, it's prominent because that's how the competitive scene is based around on. So we're focused in conquest. All these changes are with conquest in mind, not in other game modes. And also, I don't believe that every god should be able to do everything. So Loki can burst you down, right? So his punishment should be that he cannot clear as well as other characters. I think that's only fair. And he can still technically clear. He can still decoy. Let's say the wave is injured. He can decoy and clear the wave. It's just he cannot rely on his decoy to clear the wave. He has to do other things. He has to get up to the wave and clear with auto attacks and be punished for that. So, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so jungle. Loki jungle. So this is where I can change his passive. So before I actually made his decoy deal more damage to jungle creeps, which obviously is not going to work because you don't max your decoy in the jungle. So this right here is going to specifically fix that. So Loki's passive will deal 50% more damage to jungle creeps by backstabbing them. So, you decoy, you auto attack from behind, you deal 50% more damage. This is, ignore the number. The number doesn't matter. It's the idea. In other words, Loki will deal more damage to jungle creeps than to anything else. So, how many times am I going to say so in this video? I just hope you guys understand the point I'm trying to make here. Is that Loki's decoy does less damage to minions, but then the shift is that his passive deals more damage to jungle creeps, specifically jungle creeps, not minions. Even you can even add that to minions if you want, sure. I mean, Loki can clear better by backstabbing minions in the lane, sure, but he has to get up to the minion wave. So you can argue about this, but that's not really relevant. The point I'm trying to make is that the idea of this. If you come out, I'm gonna end this. I don't want to hit 10 minutes. It's 8 minutes right now. If you watch this whole video and the thing in what you took out of this video was, oh, all these changes are stupid, they're not going to fix any problem, then you missed the point of the video. And I'm sorry, but your comprehension skills for this is not great, because I'm trying to tell you this right now as direct as possible. The point I'm trying to make is that we should change Loki slowly and gradually, not just flip the table off the roof, or flip the table off the roof. Yeah, so you're not supposed to. We're not trying to do what Ajax is doing and flip the table completely. We should be instead looking around the table, adjust any problems that the table is giving us, and then make it more suitable for us. If all else fails and our craftsmanship is garbage and then the table still looks bad, then we can scrap the table and then we can buy a new table. That's a weird analogy, but that's how it's supposed to work in my eyes. I do not believe that radicalization is a form of rationalization. I think it's the opposite. So slow and gradual change is the way to go in most situations. So I don't want Loki to be changed. If all this fails, then yes, of course. Then if Loki hasn't been changed for 8 years, it's not going to hurt to wait 1 more year for testing, just to see if Loki is can be placed in a situation that is favorable for the Loki players and the non-Loki players, right? It's I don't think it's not that hard. It really isn't that complicated. And anyone who disagree with what I'm saying, I'm sorry. I don't find you rational. I don't find you logical. I find you biased, and you use your emotions to judge Loki, not your head. Again, you may think to yourself, none of these changes are going to impact Loki. That's fine. You can say that. But if I help, I just want you to understand what I'm trying to do, the idea of it. Because I don't want to just, because if I see people in the comments say these things, I'm just going to reply with a whoosh, because I don't think you got the point of the video. Again, I'm going to reiterate, the point of the video is to change Loki slowly and gradually and make adjustments around. Think of the table analogy again. I'm going to look around this table, you know, it's too short, so let me adjust the height, right? Or it's too small, so let me add a plank of wood, or I don't know, however you adjust the table. I'm not a craftsman person. So you basically adjust to suit your needs, or suit the situation, rather than just say, hey, this table is too small and it's too short, I'm just gonna throw this table off the, I'm just gonna, now obviously I'm not saying this it literally in a sense like, oh, every person in real life who has a table should just completely try to be a craftsman and change. No, that's not your job. That's high-res's job to do this. High-res is the craftsman, all right? They are the craftsmen, and you're the critics. Does that make sense? Don't take this literally, like, don't be a smart ass. So I hope you guys understand the point of this video. I'm gonna end it right here. If you guys have any comment, questions, concerns, please post it down below, and please don't be an idiot. There's a lot of comments out here, and it's just completely pointless. Please be intellectual about this. Any comments that are like full of emotion, and you just say, bro, this is stupid, this is not gonna work, I'm just not gonna read you, and I'm probably gonna delete that from this video specifically, because it's not serving any purpose. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'm gonna stream, or I'm not streaming. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna see you guys all Loki and non-Loki players next time.